Hi guys, it's Aegis here, and today I'm here with another different video. So if you see the thumbnail, you know it's my graded cards relating to those. And after almost 2 years for part of it, and the other one about a year, I finally get all my graded cards back. And before I did make a video on some of those that I actually received before, which includes these ones that I did show that in another video, and like my first Vanguard graded cards is there. So far, because the lot that I sent out wasn't back yet, so I actually didn't send more to grading companies through some local helpers in order to get there, because it takes too long, and that's why I didn't actually go for more Vanguard grading. But maybe later I will, because I did pull the signed office, so it's something probably worth to put in a graded case, just since I'm not building an office deck. Maybe the look here, maybe like the things saver, all those things could be a possible target, but I'm still thinking, am I going to do that? But I think the office, I'm willing to give that a try, and whatever it takes, right? And during the middle, I actually degraded my other Pokemon card that I really love ground on, so I bought myself the EX version, and then I sent it out, which I try another different grading company, CGC, because they probably return things faster, and this one is sent like when I still waiting on my whole lot to come back, and those already taking me so long, and if I send another one without getting the old ones back, it's like it's even going to take even longer, right? So I tried something else, CGC. They give me a good grade. Of course, we always aim for like 10 or 9.5, but 9 is not too bad. It's not something that I fresh pull. I just bought it from someone, and I feel the condition is kind of okay, so I just sent it out. But of course, centering and edges is something that didn't pull me the 9.5, but it's a good collection still, so I'm happy with that one as well. Um, but then the real thing is here. So I have like 9 of these, which is actually 2 lots that came back only like a week or 2 ago, and a lot of cards that I like first when I first thought of grading. That's what I actually sent out. So you can see what I actually did try to attempt to send, and some hear me talk about some history about those cards, and that's it for this video basically. So first one is actually a Yu-Gi-Oh card. It's something that I want to try, and it is indeed a Chaos Nails first edition Ghost Rare. So it only got a 7, but I kind of not very surprised of a bad grading, uh, which the corners is what actually kills the card grade, because you see the centering is 9.5, the edges is 9, the surface is 8, even though it got a little bit like not very clean, but you will see something that is even worse that I have. So the edges is basically at the corners actually what killed the grades. So this card is that when I was in Australia, I like touching Yu-Gi-Oh again. This is basically the first sneak peek that I joined, and a friend of my friend actually pulled this card from the sneak peek, and during that moment, Chaos Nails is like no one cares, but at that moment I already like a big fan of GX, and I like to collect the heroes. I like E-heroes and also elemental heroes, and love Nails so much because it's like Ultraman. So I asked that friend to actually like sell me that card, and then that card is actually with me this long, and like when I move places, when I not even as a like real collector with the grades, only like, okay, I have this card, I'm happy. I'm only at that stage. So that's why, like, when we are kids, we don't actually like take care of our cards so seriously. So it is something that it's actually with me. So it got a 7. I think it's still fine, given that so many years that it moved from places to places, deck boxes to deck boxes, sleeves to sleeves. So many things happening, and even like I'm here in Hong Kong, so it also travel from Australia back to Hong Kong with me. It got a 7. So, and most of the grades are actually like the points even can still reach 9.5. So I'm actually very impressed that the subgrades are looking okay, except the corners. But again, it's something that with me for so long, so it's something that we can't help. And next is yet another Yu-Gi-Oh card, and it's the last Yu-Gi-Oh card that I sent. I might try to send more, but I actually don't have that much that can like turn the tide, like be a very expensive card. This one, I think if I can get a higher grade, of course, probably. But again, I am not like confident it will get so much of a high grade. If I can get a 9 for it, probably will be like very expensive. But 7 maybe still okay, and it's not like the wrong printed version that has a rainbow dragon name on the card, or is actually the normal or the special summon non-extra deck monster frame, that kind of thing. It's not those misprint cards. So anyways, it's still a good card. And next is also a nails, is actually rainbow nails, and this one I actually get an 8. So let's talk about a little bit of history about this card, that before I talk about the subgrades, which you can see it right there. This card is something that I love, and I actually played Rainbow Nails when it's first released. So it's like you play a elemental hero deck, putting in a rainbow dragon that you can never put it out, and you have to use polymerization to actually fuse this card out. I actually did that. So you can see how much of a fan that I am with like nails or like these kind of fusions before Neos fusion even exists. So it's really good memories. And I did find I think I found a ghost rare in Japanese first, or like an ultimate, something like that. But after that, I just went online, and people are selling this card for so cheap, because at the time no one used this card, no one can use this card, no one care about this card. They just, okay, it's still a ghost rare, so I just sell a little bit higher for some money, and then I bought it. I think it was somewhere like probably 20 to 30 Australian dollars, something like that. It's just not expensive at all at that time, and it's with me so long again. So, and this time it even get an 8, and compared to my Chaos Nails, the corners is slightly better, but the surface is really bad, because it got some like kind of like scratches line right here, right there. So the surface is definitely not good, but I still get a 9.5 for centering and 9 for edges, which is again very amazing. That is a raw card that is sleeved, but not with a high protection, and with me so long. So again, don't try to get something perfect, because it's not fresh pull. It's something that I tried to use or trying to get, but at that time we don't care about like maintaining cards, like keep them in 100% condition. There's people like sleeving secret rares and keep them good, but like you still play with the card, because it's not like now that we pull the card, we just send it for grading, we are not using it. In the past, we actually used this card, so a used card can still get like a 7 or 8. I think it's still fine. If you can put a 9.5, that will be crazy, right? So what's left is only like Dragon Ball cards, so that's mainly what I graded for. I sent cards are graded for. Now, this is a card that with a lot of story. This Super Saiyan 4 Goku, it gets a 9.5, and my friend and we are so surprised, because let me see if I can actually show you guys that maybe it's not that easy, because somewhere right here it didn't zoom in that great, but like, yeah, somewhere around here when you see me like turning the card around, you're starting to see like this part has a slightly thicker white thing, right? So the card is actually damaged at that part. So at first when I like send this card out to my friend to help me send to the local store, send out to grading, they check this out and see, oh wait, it's like a big point right there, it's better not send it out, right? Then I'm like, okay, if the professionals say it's not good, then I probably not, right? But somehow, for whatever reason, it still got sent out. And then I'm like, okay, it got sent out, it is what it is. Then let's see if I can get like a 7 or 8, because given that this part is so key about the damage, and then it came back as a 9.5. We are all like, hey, what? Why? So that happens sometimes. Surface is 10, centering is 9, corners definitely not 9. Well, if these are the edges, then edges should not be 9.5, or these one are the corners, then it should be 9. It shouldn't be 9.5. But maybe because of the foiling, like the thickness of thing, that helps about this card grading. So it's still a 9.5. I would just take it. But if people see it and just say it's not a 9.5, I can totally take that. But if someone wanted, I probably would just sell this 9.5 out, because it's interesting, right? And then next I get a very old set BT2 Vegito. I like this card, so I also sent it out, but the card is actually bought, it's not pulled. So this card is also I bought, so can't control. The quality is still got an 8.5, and the main thing is on corners. Centering is fine, surface is fine, edge is fine, just the corners. So nothing too much I can do about it, because when I buy it, it's just like that. And I think I used it to play once or twice with this card. I think so. So if because of like me sleeving causing the corners to hurt, maybe that's the reason. Maybe. And next is this Zeno Vegito. It's a secret rare that is so hard to use, because for secret rares you can only put one in the deck, and this type of units and cards you usually want like put more copies in there so that you can actually pull the card, you can actually gain markers for the card so easier. But with this card you just cannot. But it's still a cool looking card. It was like when first released it's so cheap, or like keep dropping, and then it went up a little bit, and now I think it's a little bit more stable, and you can see the grades are actually not bad. The main thing is on surface, centering, something that you can't help, but edges and corners are 10, so it actually does have a potential to be 10, like a weak 10, but it's like 9.5. I'm still happy about that. It is a card that I don't think I pulled this card. I actually bought it from my friend, and then I just sent it for grading. So it's something that I get it graded quick as well, so it still got a 9.5. And the next is something that my first 10, actually, my first 10. It's the secret rare again. I do have a raw card with me still that is not graded, because I have two, then I know that I probably will use one, so I just send one for grading, send one that keep one that I might use, or if I have this, like right now is a 10, is a good 10, except the centering could be making it like a black label, but it's okay. It's just a cheaper SCR. It's still a secret rare, so I'm happy with this 10. And if someone just want the other one that is raw, I can just sell it out if I want to, if I don't use the card anymore, because I have at least one that is graded. And this one, I think, because it's not very expensive, so it's a lot easier to get the 10s, because in my heart, in my mind, deep down, I think the grader actually do take a look at the card value before they make the grading. I know they're professionals on checking stuff, but they might be a little bit biased sometimes, maybe, but we don't know because we don't work in the company and we can only rely on them, right? And then next, there's only 3 left. All of them are Dragon Ball, and you can see only one is a 9.5 and the other ones are not. So let's start with this one. So this one is also not something that I fresh pull, because at that time, I actually pulled this, and then I bought the other secret rare. This one is only a SPR, but it's a signed card with the voice actor of Goku and Vegeta that is doing dubs in English. So this is a important card that have both signed on it. So I sent it for grading. I want this card, and then I like when I share a case with a friend, I reported this and also the secret rare. He let me pick, then I just picked this card immediately. But at that time, I didn't actually start think about grading cards, so maybe because of that, then the service got a little bit weaker. 29 centering again is something that we can't help because it's how the card's being printed. If we can actually alter the centering, we always will. But you can see the corners and edges 10, so it has the potential to go to 9.5, but sadly it does not. I do wish it got it to a like a 10 like this, or like a 9.5, but can totally take a 9. I probably won't try to find another one to grade, or just try to find a higher grade card to actually buy. So I'm just going to go with this. And yet another non 9.5 is this Goku that I think is probably, if I can get a 9 or 10, will be skyrocket with the price. But this guy actually uses it to play, so the corners and edges are actually a little bit weaker, but still maintain 9.5, so it's not bad at all. But the service is to them is pretty weak. But I have to say, I didn't actually hurt the service because I do use double sleeves. I take care of it very carefully. But the only weak point about this card is actually got a print line. So the print line, I can't simply show it right here, but it got a print line, and that's probably why the card actually went down. Yeah, okay, there we go. This little line right here, I'm not sure if you can show with the lights. Maybe you cannot. It's not that easy sometimes with my phone, but yeah, there we go. Here's the little line right here. I think that might be this is something that, again, I can't choose to make it go away or anything, so maybe because of that the service is not good, and I only get an 8. And finally, another Dragon Ball card that concludes this video is actually the Frieza. And this Frieza, to be I'm very surprised because I bought that card on TGG Player early stage, like when these rings only just released. and like the sign cards are not even quite above 100 USD. I bought it quite cheap at that time, but I love Riza, so I bought the card, and unfortunately the voice actor passed away already, so in a way this sign is actually a lot more valuable because you can't even get the person to sign on any extra card anymore. Maybe like when another freezer voice actor come up, maybe that can change things, but the same person, I think you just can't get something and about the sign, and that's make it more valuable. And I did use like both of the cards, and surprisingly this go to 8, this get it 9.5. And if I comparing the both, corners and edges is still like in a perfect condition with a 10. Surface, I think because without the print line it stays at 9.5, and centering is still weak, get a 9, but again it's something that we cannot control, right? So overall I'm very happy because the sign cards didn't drop to like 7. I still get 9.5, I still get 9, I still got 8, but this one I do want it to be stronger. So like whenever like I'm really lack of money, then I can at least get a good value from it. But these ones are just okay-ish, not too bad. This one is surprising again, and these two are just like my memories, and I'm just send it out, give it a protection so that I can just keep them safe. Yeah, and like what other cards that I'm probably thinking of sending or grading, I can just show you right now as well. Like my first target is actually these ones. I bought them locally, so they might not be the perfect condition, but again I love Yugioh, so I do want to try to send it for grading and see if I can get like 9s for these cards, then I'm happy for the whole day. And if I can surprisingly get a 10 maybe for this one because it's cheap, that's totally fine as well, right? And then this, the signed office that I did said before, and then the Pokemon card, I just bought it from a friend, and so far it looks okay, and I like this art. I do want to find other Pokemon cards that that I also like as well to send it out, but so far I don't have any extra ones. And then the Ultimate Cyber Darkhorn, that is a first ad as well, but you can see like the top is not doing great for sure. Let's see if I can. Okay, it doesn't. Maybe the sleeve is actually hurting, so let me actually pull the card out and show you guys. Put it right there. The Yugioh is taking out all the focus. There we go. You can see like right here it's damaged, so I don't think it will get a like a very strong grade, but probably somewhere around like 7 to 8 like my other Yugioh cards. But I'm still thinking, should I send this one out because I don't have all 3 Cyber Dark. If I do, then they probably will be a little bit more worthy when they are together. And then a Rainbow Dragon first ad that it's not a misprint or anything, but I just bought it randomly because I saw a ghost rare and the service is really bad, so it probably will be like having the same fate with this Chaos Nails or the Rainbow Nails. Probably that's what I think it will happen, but still before I hurt it even further, I want to like get it a case and just protect it. And then this Flesh and Blood card, that the hero is already a living legend, so you basically can't use it anymore. unless in certain formats, so probably just worth to just send it out because it's a cold foil with two-sided, and it's something that I actually pull and had some value early stage. Now probably not as much, but still okay. Maybe one day people will just want this card again. And one last thing is like these ones I do kind of want to try, but I don't know like how they will get looked at for centering, because like you cannot find borders for these cards, or maybe like they just don't understand about better spirits and give it a bad grade, then that's something that I don't want to see happen. So overall, just these ones probably, and then if I find something that is crazy, then I might just try those as well. But so far these are my upcoming targets, and I will just see if I can find a good chance and send them out. Yeah, so that's basically it for this video. While I'm still waiting for my starters, I keep reading on Twitter already, so I'm not going to talk further about that. But I'm happy to see my graded cards coming back, taking so long. And like before I end this video, I just share with you this story that why it takes so long, according to my friend, is when the local, because they send so much cards for grading, and they're also sending these cards with some cards for re-slap or something like that, and BGS just keep everything together as like a group of re-slap cards, and they didn't grade it. That's why it took so long. So I hope in the future this doesn't happen again, then I can get my cards a lot earlier, because if I can get them back like 6 to 8 months, but instead I need to wait for 2 years, that's really crazy, right? And they should be able to come back earlier, but because they are put in a different pile and they didn't get processed, that's strange. So I hope that part didn't happen. And I now have BGS slabs, I do have CGC slabs, I might aim for some PSA slabs as well, so I can actually get all of them to compare like the materials they use, the slabs, and see which one I prefer. Then maybe I will keep using one service, or maybe depending on how fast I want the cards back or how much value I want to add to those cards, and then I can just pick the one that I prefer. But I am aiming to try them all out, and when I get the cards back, then you will see me posting about those again. Yeah, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoy just a little bit collection journey of mine. Yeah, we'll keep coming up, and as long as I still play card games, you will still see me sending cards or grading, and depending on when I get it back, you will see it next. Yeah, so thanks for watching guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Signing off.